Hi, and welcome to The Gist. As we kick off a brand new year, it's useful to reflect on what we've learned from the last one. What did we do well? What could we do better? A common reflection I hear from friends and family is the wish to simplify their lives. So many of us overcomplicate things and get in our own way. I know I do. So I'm trying to apply a less is more philosophy in my own life. Here are a few ideas on how we can manage our calendars, declutter our spaces, and clear our minds so we can simplify and savor life. Managing our calendars. We live in an era of doing. How often do you hear people telling you they're crazy busy? In some cases, life circumstances do make for a genuinely crazy schedule. But often, our busyness is self-imposed because we try to pack everything into this one short life. Accepting that this is both impossible and unnecessary forces us to identify what we absolutely must do and also what we value most. This is usually a short list, and we can arrange our calendars around these few truly important things. A simplified calendar also makes it easier to stick to routines for work, leisure, and healthy activities like exercise or preparing good meals. It does mean giving up certain things and letting go of the fear that we're somehow missing out on experiences. In the end, this type of simplicity is far from boring. It actually allows us to deepen our attention or enjoyment of the things we do and reduce the stress that comes from an artificially overscheduled lifestyle. Decluttering our spaces. It's quite astonishing how much stuff we all own in this modern age. I catch myself looking around sometimes thinking, why do I have all these things? Do I really need yet another birdhouse for my garden? Or a banana-shaped container to carry fruit in my lunch? Does anyone? There was a time when people simply had fewer things. Virtually everything we owned had to be handcrafted, made to last, and used with care. In our culture of mass-produced disposable things, we seem to have forgotten how to truly value objects. The more we have, the more we think we need, and we often hang on to things so we may use them one day, but that day never comes. Before we know it, we're drowning in stuff. We can look to various cultures for ideas on living with less. Organization gurus like Marie Kondo from Japan have made a career out of decluttering. She asks her clients tough questions about what meaning each object confers, and then she helps them let go of anything that doesn't serve a physical or emotional purpose. In Sweden, there's something called the Swedish death cleanse. The name sounds ominous, but it's a really wonderful process in which the elderly take stock of their belongings and dispose of things before they pass away, so their loved ones aren't left with the task. But we don't have to wait for old age. Why not embrace such a cleanse each year? The ancient Egyptians had a custom of burying small treasured items with the bodies of their loved ones to use in the afterlife. We can adopt this idea symbolically while we're living and pass on precious things to our loved ones now. After all, it's not like we can take anything with us when our time comes. Owning less has a slew of benefits. The less we have, the less time, money, and effort we expend organizing and cleaning our spaces or looking for misplaced things. We also have a smaller ecological impact, which is particularly important in this era of climate change. But surprisingly, the biggest benefit might be mental. Clearing our minds. We're all different, so some people are perfectly comfortable and productive with lots of stuff around. But for many of us, a cluttered, disorganized space can make us feel mentally muddled. The old adage, as without, so within, certainly holds true for me. Our outer environment and inner landscape can often mirror each other. A clutter-free home or workspace can make our minds feel less burdened and our bodies feel calmer, freeing us to think, work, and be present with whatever task is at hand. So, if you're looking to simplify life this year, try embracing the less is more paradox. You may find yourself actually accomplishing more and yet feeling lighter along the way. Create space in your schedule, your surroundings, and your mind. Resist the temptation to immediately fill up that space and instead relish in the joy and creativity that come from it. On that note, wishing you a great week ahead. Be well and see you next time on The Gist.